Hello everyone, this is Christina. Thank you for watching my presentation on the college admissions process and its flaws. Here is my table of contents and my introduction. The college admissions process is a big part of high schooler lives. Right now, there are 14 million students in college. One of the most defining aspects of their lives will be the college they decide to go to. The college admissions process is deeply flawed. To fix this, we should lessen dependence on extracurriculars and personal essays. On to my articles. In an article by Tara Parker Pope called The Burden of the College Admissions Process, she interviews 3 students about their personal college admissions experience. The one that stood out to me the most is an interview of the first student, Phoebe. The 16-year-old student has this to say: "I started my junior year believing I would win acceptance to the right school simply by being myself, but no matter how hard I tried to block it out, I began comparing myself to the other students." With this, Phoebe explains what every student feels during the process. She wanted the colleges to love her, not her essays, not the extracurriculars. Phoebe felt pressured to stand out, even more than she already was, just to impress the colleges. She had accomplished so much already that she piled even more on. At the end of her interview, she admits that she still doesn't feel good enough. On a totally opposite end of a spectrum, an article called Learn How to Differentiate Your College Application by Caroline Duda, she advises students to groom their extracurriculars to fit what their dream school is looking for instead of what benefits the students. This just goes to show how the admissions process is not about the students, but rather the colleges choosing the best students. Students should be interviewed instead so the colleges know their true nature. I also think standardized testing should continue instead of looking at class rank. My research study shows that students prefer testing over essays. Method. In the study, 44 participants answered my survey questions. They are all currently going through the admissions process or have already gone through it. There were 2 students not going to college and 1 who got into all of their schools. The survey consisted of 5 questions, 1 multiple choice, 3 linear, and 1 short answer. Those 16 people skipped the short answer. I distributed my survey through social media. The majority of survey takers were from Instagram and Snapchat. The survey was available for 2 days, and it was anonymous and every question was optional. I interviewed one of my former classmates, Alex Moreno, about his college admissions experience. Alex will be attending UNC Greensboro as an international business major in the honors program. He applied to 5 colleges and participated in 5 extracurriculars. I had hoped to learn more about his college application process and his stress levels during the process. My results. In my survey about the college admissions process, 90% of those surveyed had done more than 2 extracurriculars. 78.1% of students found the extracurriculars to be on the more stressful side. 71.4% of students found the college admissions process to be more stressful than not. Of my respondents, 59.5% of students participated in extracurriculars just to improve their resume or to stand out. In the last question on my survey, I asked students what they would change about the college admissions process, if anything. A few people said it just confused them, but the majority of them said they would de-emphasize essays and extracurriculars. One of the students surveyed had this to say: "I would make extracurriculars more quality over quantity." In my interview with Alex, I asked a few questions about his college admissions process and his extracurriculars. One question I asked him was if he enjoyed his extracurriculars. Alex then says, "They felt good. I mean, everything was kind of put forward to my college resume." I also asked him to describe his feelings about the college admissions process. He went on to say, "I feel like, overall, it could be better finely tuned to each student." He was then asked if he ever compared himself to his peers. Alex responded with a simple, "Well, yeah, of course." Lastly, I asked him what he would change about the college admissions process. Alex said that the essays needed to be changed as they are too stressful. Discussion. The fact that 90.7% of students do more than 2 extracurriculars really stood out to me. They all have something to do after school. and other responsibilities like homework and chores. 78% of students who participated said that extracurriculars are on the more stressful side. Of course, they are stressful. Extracurriculars just add on to an already monstrous workload. Not only that, but extracurriculars also affect your chances of getting admitted to college. So not only must you attend them, you must also excel at them. Many students did not answer my short answer question, but those who did gave some very useful insight into their exact opinions on the college admissions process. Many students said that they would get rid of the essays. This finding suggests that the entire admissions process needs reform. The essay is supposed to be when you can talk about yourself. Surprisingly, many students found this part to be useless and stressful. Stressful because it takes a lot of time and a lot of editing. Useless because colleges are not looking at your story, but about how you say it. One student who participated in the survey had this to say: I would make extracurriculars more quality over quantity. I found this to be a rather incredible answer. It shows that students do want colleges to learn more about them. They want colleges to care about them, to choose them for them, not their extracurriculars. This just proves that the admissions process has turned into more of a competition for students and a thoughtful process about deciding their future. Quality would mean you work hard at your extracurriculars and move up in the ranks. You become a valuable member to them and show dedication instead of being in a rat race of who can do more. If it was quality over quantity, students would come to enjoy their extracurriculars more. Students would be able to devote more time to them rather than stressing out because they participate in so many extracurriculars that their time is stretched thin. In my interview, much like my survey, it also strengthens this point. Alex's most demanding extracurriculars were Science Olympiad, Taekwondo, and Student Council. Those all would meet multiple times a week. Alex had a rather interesting opinion when I asked him about his extracurriculars. He says that they felt good. I mean, everything was kind of put towards my college resume. While he did enjoy his extracurriculars, he only did them to stand out. That means all of those hours put into those clubs did nothing for him except take his valuable time away. Leadership positions are very difficult to get in clubs. Many times, students are not elected until their senior year. I was in a very unknown club called JCL, yet I still struggled to gain a leadership position. For those in large clubs such as Key Club, it is nearly impossible to get a leadership position. Therefore, it is unfair for colleges to focus on extracurriculars and leadership positions and personal essays. Instead, they should interview the students to understand their true character. Colleges should pick students on how they fit with the school, not on who is better than who. Here are my citations. Thank you so much for watching my screencast about the college admissions process and extracurriculars. I'm really excited to see all of yours. Thank you.